there's a big difference between asking someone a question they may or may not want to answer as opposed to saying, I got a gun around and it might go off.
Right.
And you might get shot in the head.
You got to make it back to your family.
I got to make it back. So that was his, you know, justification for doing it. And I basically said, because I kind of stopped talking to him for a while, and he's like, yo, bro, are we okay? And I'm like, well, not really. And I laid out basically what I just said. Right. I said this, and then when I did No Jumper, he asked me the same question. I said almost word for word what I told China Mac in a text message. So China Mac, he wasn't surprised by my response. It was the same response. And I basically was like, we don't have beef, we're not enemies. I still wish you the best. I just don't feel comfortable bringing you on my show because I don't think that you would have done this to someone of a certain stature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would have done that to you.
But here's my issue with you.
Okay.
I'll let you know that Mac was calling me Vlad Hoffa.
Okay.
In my mind, I'm like, well, that's not really an insult. Business-wise, he got this shit cornered. So why are you calling me Vlad Hoffa? What kind of insult are you trying to, you know what I mean? And of course, that if you follow that line, it leads to some sort of hidden animosity or issue that he has with you that he's not voicing.
When you told me that, I'm like, well, I don't particularly see that as a direct insult.
But he's saying it.
And that's
your math is Vlad Hoffa.
My relationship.
Yeah.
No, I understand, but when you told me that, I felt like
nigga, I want 4 million subscribers. What the fuck is you talking about?
5 million.
5.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Look
it up.
Yeah. But my thing is like, if I'm cool with someone and I'm cool with another person, if they have problems with each other, that's kind of their.
Yeah, you step out.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I get it.
Yeah, I'm cool with you. I'm cool with China Mac. I'm not trying to get in the middle of whatever.
But when this person is using your name as an insult towards me, I felt like, Vlad, why'd you go on that live stream, bro?
Well, because of our history.
Yeah.
Because of our history. And like I said, I didn't think that something like that was going to happen. And it wasn't a beef. It wasn't a whatever. I just felt like me bringing you back on the show would feel inauthentic.
I just feel like goofy shit is goofy shit all the way around.
You know, and he apologized to me. He said, you know something, I didn't really think it all the way through. I'm
sure he didn't.
He said, I was just trying to do something different.
And go viral.
I was trying to go viral. I didn't think it was a big deal.
Be careful out there.
You know, and you know, I'm sorry.
All you guys with your viral aspirations, be careful out there. Think about what good quality of you are you compromising so that you can get a bunch of people to click on the video.
You know, it's like,
say that.
I remember interviewing Shaka Senghor.
Mm-hmm.
Shaka, I believe he grew up in Detroit. It's been a while since this interview.
Yeah.
He got shot.
Shout to Shaka.
He got shot at a drug spot. And the trauma, you know, of course, being a poor kid from the hood, you're not going to therapy. You know, they patch you up, throw you back in the same environment, right? So now he's carrying a gun everywhere because he doesn't want to get shot again. Right. And he's still selling drugs. And he gets into a situation, he's selling drugs to some people that he don't know. And one of the guys is acting erratic and he thinks he has a gun. He pulls out a gun and kills him. He goes to prison. Right? And, you know, later on, he writes a book about it. He gets out. Oprah has him on her show. And, you know, his life turns around. Now he's a successful author and he's dealing with a lot of interesting people, whatever else. But I always remember that whole situation of like, you know, he got shot, so he's going to pull out prematurely and potentially do something. Like, if
that's 90% of the shootings.
It's 90%. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Let's just say I got shot and I never told anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing someone got a gun in the other room and I didn't have pepper spray, I had a pistol. I'm going to just
You go into survival mode.
I go into survival mode. I've had a home invasion happen to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what it's like to think that you might die. Like, and I just think, like, if you want to do a prank, that's cool. Do a prank, do something funny, do something silly, whatever else. But you had someone say they had a gun.
Right.
Like, and that's the part he glosses over. He's like, oh, he made me feel uncomfortable with the title. I never brought a potential gun into a situation with you. Because when you talk about guns, these aren't toys. The purpose of a gun is to kill somebody.
Right.
And you put me in a situation that's streaming live to people who are recording, and you put a gun in the room with me, essentially. You brought an argument with a gun, and when a gun goes off, God knows where the fuck the bullets go.
Right.
How often do we hear stories of little girls who get shot in the head because someone was shooting in the other room?
All types of stupid shit.
You know what I'm saying? And that to me was sort of the foul part of the story, was like, you could have done so many things. You could have had a person, whatever, but you had a dude come in there and say, I'm gonna go get my gun. And you could hear it. You could hear it in the video. I'm not making this part up.
He wanted to make you look pussy.
And I did look pussy. I kept my composure, right?
Vlad was like, oh, cut it off.
I kept my composure. I put my hands in my pockets and I'm like, I'm going to have to potentially fight my way out of this situation.
I'm a blind this nigga and I'm heading for the back door. Cut it off.
You know, and that's my whole thing, is like, it's like you're playing around with the concept of guns and putting a person in a position that they might get shot. It's no longer a prank at that point.
This is what I'm saying.
It's now putting a person of actual danger, and I don't think that's funny. I don't think it's a joke.
We talked about the guy that did the prank in the mall and got shot, right? There's a guy that he did some robbery prank.
Yeah.
And he ran up on the wrong white boy. White
boy
was like, oh, nah, that's not happening to me.
Homeboy
pop,
has
pop, pop.
PTSD.
Hit him. It's just a prank. It's just a prank. Don't be fooled, y'all. There's all these prank channels. 9 times out of 10, everybody's in on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're just acting out something to make you think.
I was not in on this.
Yeah.
I was not in on this.
That was not a good one.
I was not in on this.
And that's why it was not a good one.
Yeah, I was not in on this.
He popped the confetti. He was like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it was, and that's the whole thing. Like, if you take the gun out of the equation, I probably would have laughed it off. But in retrospect, when I started thinking that, there's someone talking about a fucking gun is in the room,
and I might not make it back to my kids, and you told me not to bring security.
You told me, and you did it on purpose. And I'm like, okay, you did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Because if my security was there, the whole prank would have been off. Because one of your guys could have gotten shot for real.
Right.
Because my security's armed.
Right.
And I would tell him, like, don't ever put me in a position where there's a gun around and not shoot that fucking gun. You know, when I saw that shit with Adam, remember when that guy put the gun in Adam's head during the live stream? Yeah, and his security didn't shoot the guy? And he
took mad long for that.
Adam fired the security. I'm like, what the fuck kind of security you got?
Yeah,
that security should have shot that dude in the fucking head.
Right.
You got a gun to your head. What the fuck am I hiring you for? You got a gun to your fucking head. It ended up being a fake gun, but who the fuck knows? Right. That was a justified shooting.
Right.
So yeah, man, like,
that's crazy.
That's the part that rubbed me the wrong way, and he tried to compare it as a title about Dave East. And I'm just like, it's not the same thing.
Yeah,
it's just simply not the same. And that's your justification of it. We're just not on the same page.
Do you feel like we're entering an era where people are just, we have these platforms, they're monetizable by clicks. Do you think that some people are just erasing their integrity and becoming the goofiest version of themselves so that they can get a click?
This Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.